Hello and welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack. Oz is behind the camera, and this is Andrew Pimblott.
Hello.
From Roland.
Thank you for having me back.
You have a new product.
We do.
In this video, we're just going to run through everything, but you're so good at telling me about these things. Please tell me about this.
So we have got the new Juno-D series here. So there's a Juno-D6, D7 and D8. We've got the Juno-D6 in front of us here, which is 61 keys. The D7 is 76, and then we also do a weighted 88 key. If you're new to the Juno-D range, so the first Juno-D came out end of 2004, I think, so like 20 years ago. And they were designed as to be really simple to use stage keyboards, but have great sounds in all of the different categories, you know, so not just sort of piano sounds or synthesizer sounds, but have just good quality sounds for whatever you need when you're on stage. Be really flexible, lightweight, easy to use, and reliable. And that's always been the principle. So we've done the original Juno-D, and then we did the Juno-Di. The latest range was the Juno-DS, which has been out for a few years. And but we thought, let's update it again for 2024. And the Juno-D6, so this one here. So this is the latest iteration. We've made a few sort of tweaks to bring it up to date and make it as a great stage keyboard for everybody. The first thing really is just that we've improved the hardware. So with the Juno-D range, the build quality has always been really good. If you're taking it out, they're always really lightweight. This is less than 6 kilograms, but it still feels really solid. But we've improved the actions on them. So they all now have the same keyboard action that you get on the Phantom O range, which is sort of our mid-range performance synthesizers, so they feel really, really nice to play. If you're familiar with the old one, you can see that now we've got a really nice color screen, which is just nice and much easier to use, which is good. So super easy to read on stage. But the other big thing is that we have improved the sound engine. So now these use our Zencore sound engine, which is the same one that you get in the Phantom EX and also Phantom O series and a couple of our other products. So we've just got a really super high quality sound engine. You have over 3,500 sounds built in it straight away, all fully customizable if you want them to. But we've done a lot of effort in them to organize all of the scenes and presets to try and make it just ready for the stage straight away. On the screen on here we have sort of two kind of major layers in terms of sound. So at the top here we have our scenes, which are sort of curated preset patches, and again designed, you know, for the stage and studio straight away to go. So if you wanted to choose something like, say, electric piano, we already have ones which are already organized either with multiple layers or with different effects like sort of splits and things that have been applied to them. But at the same time, if you wanted to, you can just go and explore individual sounds as well. So you just press down and now we can choose different individual instrument sounds and have our own thing. Press enter and we've got hundreds of different tones in loads of different categories that you can go through. So really, really super flexible. And when you're playing on stage, you know, if you want to organize your patches, so I'm just going to go to one of our user scenes on here. If I wanted to quickly make like a dual sound or something, very easy to do. So my first one, I can just say have a piano tone. If I press dual, this will add in a second tone. I can go down, choose that to be, say, strings. Let's have let's just have soft strings on here. So easy to adjust the levels straight from the front on here. So if you're sort of playing on stage and you just want to quickly adjust things on the fly, you can do. If you're working and you want to do a split, just press split. And again, easy to select the sound, so you can set it to be like a bass tone. Let's have this nice sort of synth bass sound, and you want to change the split point on stage. There's no menu dial, you just hold split and press the key. Sorry, I'm going to do that so I'm not blocking the key. So you can just quickly adjust the split point.
This screen shouldn't be in a product at this level. Like the viewing angle, and there's like a dry, vivid nature to it.
Yeah.
That I think whatever they've done to the hardware straight away is so good. So just jumping in there, you split, dual. How many, within a scene, how many layers can we put in?
So you can up to 8 in total. So you can have 7 instrument tones and also 1 drum part as well. So plenty of scope for whatever you need to do on stage. Yeah. We also have a function called super layer. So if you're, say, using, it works really well on synthesizer tones. So we've got quite a sort of a hokey lead sound there.
Yeah.
If you press these 2 buttons together and have super layer, This allows you to have up to 7 versions of the same sound together, and you can control the detune, and it just makes it sound
That's been
huge.
in there from the get-go, hasn't it? That's like a classic Juno-D feature, yeah.
But just for live performance synth tones and things.
Yeah, I used to when I did a Prince number. I was like, oh, I've got a synth sound, and I just want to make it like I'm doing 1999. I want it to sound massive.
Yeah.
Super layer.
This is without it and applied.
Great.
Just makes it sound huge,
Yeah.
which is really great. And we have quick controls for whatever we're playing with. So let's go back and let's have our bass amp. Quickly adjust the cut-off and resonance on the front on here. And attack and release. Yeah, just very quick to sort of get around and not overly complicated, which is good.
No, I owned the first one when it came out, so I'm very fond of this.
Cool.
And you said the lightweight, it was the ultimate top board. If you've got an 88 key piano and you wanted that second, but like you said, back in the day, we were always thinking it was derivative of the Phantom G series, but get this sounds way better.
The sounds are really, really great. And if you're, as I say, if you're someone that you're thinking about, or you're joining your first band, or sort of like semi kind of professional level, or just for a home studio, and you think like, I want something that's capable of loads of different sounds and loads of different genres and everything like that, then Juno-D is great for this. But it's also really good. I mean, one of the Juno-D series has always been popular with buskers as well. So in the previous one, we've had it so you could power it by multiple AA batteries. This one, you can power it from a USB-C power bank, which is great. So, because everyone's using power banks now. So if you're out on the street, I mean, we do things like Boss do the Cube Street amplifiers, which are really popular with buskers. You can take the Juno-D out, just power it from your USB power bank, do a performance in the street, whatever you need, which is good.
And is that on every size model?
Yeah, so even on the 88
Come
notes.
on!
So
that's a bit of a first, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, so the Juno DS88, you could run it on batteries, but yeah, now on a power bank as well. So that's just really handy and a bit more environmentally friendly.
My dad's that guy. He's out, but he'll buy it. Okay. Sorted.
That's really great. Yeah. It's also class-compliant USB audio and MIDI into your computer as well. So if you just want to quickly record stereo, or if you connect it to your smartphone and you just want to play along with a backing track from YouTube or something like that, you can do that as well, which is really, really nice. And
will lots of famously always had a vocoder input. Are we thinking the same thing here?
Yeah. So plug in a dynamic microphone.
Yep.
You have a gain switch on the back. You have an overall volume here, and we have some vocoder exampple. So robot voice, square, and rise up, and a few others, which is pretty cool.
And that, with the audio interface, you've got a mic input there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And with the phrase pad.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
So over on this section, we've got a few different things that you can use with them. So we have let me start from sort of one side to the other. So if you're working on a scene that's got multiple different sounds together, so let's say if I've added in, let's say piano strings, and I've got let's just add a pad sound as well. Let's say JP8 strings, that's fine. So say if I've got these 3 sounds and I'm sort of playing my piano tone, but I want to have a bit of control over the tones that I'm bringing in, I could sort of add the others in a layer and then sort of toggle it off and on in real time. So if I press this one, and I have those sounds together, but I can take them out as needed. So you've got a bit of control over your sounds in a live
part
situation.
mutes. And 8 for the 8 parts, killer.
Exactly. Then if you, from the audio section, so if you want to just play along with backing tracks from a USB stick or something, if you plug in a USB, you go to audio loop on here, I have a little bit of a loop playing. And you can just sort of play along with these, so if you want to sort of jam.
Is this your mate on the drums again?
It is, yeah.
What's his name?
John Sim, the drum tamer. Good guy, check him out, great session player. So you can have so you can just jam along with a backing track or something like that, which is very cool. And or if you want to, we also have some built-in rhythms. So if you go to the rhythm pattern on here, you can choose different genres and different preset drum kits. But then you can see we've sort of broken it down into different patterns. So just handy if you just want to have a jam, play along with some stuff, which is good. And then also we have a sequencer function. So this allows you to program in a sequence of up to 64 steps, and it's really fun and easy to use. So I thought, actually, let's just do one in real time.
Yeah, come on.
So no kind of like pre-programmed. So I'm gonna go to like a blank scene, and we're just gonna choose some sounds. So I'm gonna start with our grand piano tone. Let's also have a bass. I'm gonna go for, I quite like this first one, this MG Soars bass, which is, and let's have some strings for sort of a high chord. Let's have a little synth pluck line, this one. Quite like that. Also want a lead synth tone. This one's Source. That's a good lead sound. And let's also have this JP8 strings pad, and I also want to choose a drum kit. So I'm going to go down to the very bottom where it says R for rhythm, press enter. These are all of our preset drum kits, and this one, vintage pop kit. It's pretty good. So what we've done, we've selected some sounds, and if I go to our sequencer now, using these buttons, I can choose whichever track that I'm working on. And if I press record on the rhythm pattern on here, if I choose my kick and I press play, I can then program it using the TRX sequence. So
Yes.
Very quick to get something down. But now if we go over to, say, our, let's go to my piano sound. So we've got something here, like, and you can just sort of, jam along to it. So say I want to record this down.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to record, change my number of steps. So this one I can do up to 64. So we might as well do 64. And you can see as well, we've got things like, a count in with our metronome and what scaling we're working on, so 16th notes, so that's okay. So this will give me a count in a 4. So we've got that recorded. I'm going to go to my bass part, and again, let's do 64 steps on here. Go to my strings. Let's just do a high chord on this one. Strings here now to mute some stuff out. But there we go, quickly. So we haven't pre-programmed anything on there. We just picked some sounds.
Is this a touchscreen or not?
No, it's not touchscreen.
Cool, right? Because I was like, what on earth? Because this is insane that you're getting there. And that clarity. And nice playing, mate. The, oh, God, let me do it. But this is my favourite type of wheel as well.
Yeah.
With a speed cut put in it. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's really important for all those shredders out there, yeah? Cool.
But I'd say, but there we go. So the sequencer, 64 steps.
20-year-old me, if I thought a Juno-D would turn out to be this in 20 years' time. If you told me like 20 years ago, oh, you have a colour screen. This with the 16-step TR rec, that's dope.
Yeah, that's really good. It's really good for just programming and drum patterns.
Yeah, because if you've got a hankering for a drum machine, solve that.
Yeah.
With a TR style drum machine.
And you can also step record as well. So if you did want to, say if you just had your bass sound, and if you want to just a step record, so instead of playing it in live, if you do shift and record into the step on here, we should be able to.
That was great.
So yeah,
that was
great.
Yeah. Yeah, ready to do that?
And if you want, I mean, again, like if you sort of, whatever you want to sort of build up on top of that, so we could go back to, let's have, I don't know, something.
Yes, it's sounding especially punchy today.
Actually, yeah, let's go acid kit. So again, using sort of the sort of TRX function on here. Very quick to sort of build up stuff, yeah.
Are these out? When are these going to be out?
So these are going to be, so it's released today. Today.
Happy birthday.
And it should be at the end of the month. So.
Wow. Any accessories we can buy with it?
Yeah. So I mean, we do some matching bags for them, CB series, Black Series bags, which are very cool. Get sustain pedals, keyboard stands.
That USB power bank, I think a lot of people, and again the weight. I can't emphasise to you enough how light that is. I can remember the first one. One of the dreams was I used to just with one hand put it on the second tier. Exactly. I was just chilling. But wow, nice one.
One final thing, sorry I didn't mention, is so we also have a sample import function. So again, even though there's like 3,500 sounds on this one, and you can get loads more through Roland Cloud. In fact, actually, when you register your purchase of Juno-D on Roland Cloud, no subscription required, but there are 8 sound packs that you can download for free, which is just waiting there for you. Plus, there's a whole other, there's hundreds more that you can get of just like whatever kind of sounds you can think of, which is great. But you can also work with your own samples as well. So if you want, you can import a sample and just use it as a playable instrument. So
that's a massive deal.
So I've got this sample. This is just of a Juno 60 plugin from Roland Cloud. I think I sampled this note, and then it just allows us to play it. And
is that through an editor type thing?
No, there isn't an editor or anything. I've just sampled a note.
One note.
C4.
Yeah.
Loaded it in, and then you can play it as a polyphonic instrument.
God, I think that's so powerful. Yeah. Those young, or a band, you're trying to cop some sounds, and it's a very specific sound. Now you can. I mean, we're talking functionality out of like the real spenny workstations.
Yeah. But yeah, if that's the great thing is if you have got, I mean. As I mentioned, everything's fully customizable. So if you go into, the menu, you can go into tone edit and everything from changing sort of the oscillators and pitch and filters and everything. Everything is completely fully customizable, LFOs and all that. But if you do have something like a very sort of specific, unique tone that you want to work with in your band, you can sample it and then import it and play it on here and blend it with the other sounds as well. So. Very good.
Thanks so much for bringing it in, mate.
No worries.
What an amazing bit of kit. Check out the links below for more details on it, I think, and to cop your hands around this new action, because it feels really nice as well. Is new action in the 88?
Yeah, it's the same. Well, same one from the Phantom.
So you've just put all of the O range keyboards in there. Wowzers, wowzers! Thanks, Oz, for filming it. Thank you again, man. And yeah, look out for the video where we're going to be playing loads of this. You'll get the sound, but that's all the features. And we'll see you again soon on Andertons Television.